son, because, like I said, we didn't work out, me and her, so it's a shame because I kind of really just jumped into something that I really didn't know anything about, and by the time I figured it out, it was too late. She was already pregnant, and I don't regret my son. I just regret that I had my son with somebody that I don't think I could ever really get along with in life. It's amazing how women can play this great role. Like they can really, especially when you tell them what you're looking for. When you tell a woman what you're looking for, and in the beginning, like she's looking at you, so especially women that are in bad situations. Like she was in a bad situation and she needed a change in her life. So any change at that moment, any opportunity that was a positive one, she was, I feel like she was gonna take, and I'm just, it's sad because I already went through this already. I got an older son, a 22-year-old son, and his life either because me and my mom never gonna work out. It wasn't a situation because back then I was out of control. I was selling drugs, million miles a minute, and started using drugs, the drugs I was selling, but still maintained selling. I always had that hustler in me, so it couldn't just be at the end of that. I always needed nice things, like I always needed to have nice clothes, cars, and money in my pocket, and clothes, and all that. I always had a drive in me, even when I put handicap on me, like addiction. I spent a lot of time in prison behind that, and therefore I wasn't able to see my son. Time went by, and I really wanted to start a new life and family, and I met this girl in a bad situation. But what I can say is that at least I helped her change her life, and my life's changed too behind it. I just gotta look at the positives about it, because if I really look at it like we're all God's children and God wants everybody to be okay, then I know that it's okay. She had nothing to live for. Her dad died when she was 1. Her mom died when she was 16. So this girl's been through a lot. She has no family. So I gave her a family. I gave her something that she could love, something she could live for. She's a great mom. She's a hard worker. So it just sucks though, because it's like I really wanted love, man. I really wanted a family, man. I really wanted a girl that I could love. She would love me, and it would just be, I wanted that. I wanted that nice house, family. I wanted dogs, and I wanted ducks. I wanted a duck pond in the backyard. The ducks get along with the dogs, which brings them all as babies. They just get along with each other. Like I wanted the kids to have this great life, man. Like animals, and I really wanted to love my wife. I wanted, and it's not that she don't love me. She just knows that I don't. So that's what it is, fighting. You can't tell her nothing, man. You can't joke with her. She takes everything so serious. You know? She takes everything so serious. Not that she starts screaming. She don't do that. She's just like, oh, like you said, you know, like, starts explaining. It's just hard. She gotta walk on eggshells and she wants to, like, I feel like she's one of those people that just want to start a fight. You know, like, I don't know if it's a fight or if it's just like a confrontation. I ain't got time for that. I ain't got time for that. You know? But, like I said, when I look at it like all God's children, it's all good. You know? She lets me see my son whenever I want. I left her in our apartment. I made a beautiful apartment for us. Work out, so she's got that. She's an RN, and you know, so we make it work. You know, she's that. I watch them on the weekends, and I got a lot of things to do. You know, I got a house upstate. You know, with my parents, and it's just been sitting there for the last 15 years. So I got to get up there and start fixing that. I fixed up. See what happened, right? My parents had a house upstate, and I'm from Long Island, so they bought a mobile home. You know, it was nice though. It was just for them to travel back and forth. Just because I got brothers and sisters out here, so when they come out here, instead of them intruding on them in their lives, they just figured that they would, you know, spend time there and go back upstate to the house. Well, my father ended up getting sick, and water leak upstate, and ended up turning into some mold. Just bad things transpired, and they ended up getting stuck in that mobile home. And you know, over time, you know, me going in and out of jail at the time, I was younger. They ended up just getting stuck there, so I rebuilt that whole place. Like I ripped it down to the studs, and I made it gorgeous. I put an extension on it. Only the best stuff is in the house. Everything. I mean, if you know anything about construction, I use nothing but the best. Even the trim is top of the line trim. Back then, I can't think right now, but marble floors, marble bathroom floors, custom glass doors. Like I made the place gorgeous. I made it spacious, you know. So it's beautiful. You know? Put a nice stretch deck out there. I got a lot more work to do, but it's like I got no time, man. You know, money is always an issue, but I do construction for a living, so sometimes I can get stuff here, get stuff there. Maybe, you know, and I do stuff in the Hamptons. Everything is gorgeous, so people that get new kitchens and new this, that, and the third are tearing out these beautiful kitchens that people would die for that. You know, so like, I was using stuff like that. And I made it all come together. But now I want to get upstate and start doing the house upstate and make that beautiful, so that start using that as an income, flip it, and start doing flips. But you know, I gotta get going now. I'm 40, and I gotta make it happen. You know, I wasted a lot of time when I was younger taking chances, and even after I came home from doing all that time, you know, I stopped. So anyway, I'm just making this video because this is another side thing that I want to do. I always wanted to do. I always felt that I should have been famous. And if anybody out there knows what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. If you know, you know. But it's gonna get better. because I'm looking for somebody right now that's going to help me edit, and someone that's going to walk around with the camera when we're on the construction sites, because we got some beautiful work that gets done. We have like celebrity customers, and everybody's really cool. And once they get to know us, as soon as they get to know us, they take a liking to us. So we have a lot of content. We got stuff on the water. We got stuff here, there, and we're going to start putting together some videos, and I'm just giving you a little introduction into my life, and I want you guys to watch how it gets better, because I know it's going to get better, because I've been through so much in life, and I'm sure everybody has, and I just want to share it with the world. I want people to see that you can rise from the ashes, after you think that there's nothing left out there, after you feel like there's nowhere else to go, and there is somewhere else to go. Depression is real. I get stuck in depression sometimes, but after being through what I've been through, I learned not to let it paralyze me to the fact that, because after being where I've been, going away, like I did 8 years in one shot. I had 4 parole violations, and the violations I had, I did a shock program twice. That was 6 months, and 6 months for the first. It was Willard, but I sat in county jail for 3 months before I got it. And then the other 2 violations, one was 14 months, the other was a year, so let's add that on to the 8. And then after I got off that, a back-to-back county bullet, because I was selling, and detectives were jumping out on me, and I was getting away from them, and they jumped out on me again at a gas station. I ended up taking someone's car door off, I put the thing in reverse, and didn't even look behind me, but it's a good, I went out the way I came in, like I knew in my head how to steer it without even looking in the rear view, and I did it perfectly. It's just that someone opened up their car door, took the car door off on that particular one. I mean, I've had a lot of crazy stuff like that. Oh my God, man. I was at a sober house one time, and I just came home. I was home for 3 months. This is a different situation. I just came home, and I started selling heroin again. And I picked up a couple sleeves from somebody just to start off. I just was coming home. I really wasn't trying to get, after being in all that trouble, I wasn't, so I picked up a couple sleeves, and the stuff was no good. So I used to keep everything in my underwear. Like I had the underwear pocket, and then I put the boxes over the underwear. I'd wear the briefs under, and then I put the boxes over and keep stuff in there. So I was shot. I worked a whole week, and it was Friday night, and I actually did some heroin, but that's not the reason why I fell asleep in the car. And I know that you'll think that it was, but it was because I wasn't going to sleep at night, but I was making sure that I was at work, and I had to be over there out somewhere far. It took me an hour just to get there. So like I'd fall asleep at 3 o'clock at night, and I guess you can chalk it up to drugs, right? But it was just, I like to stay up late, on my phone, watching stuff, but I wanted to make sure I was always on time for work. And so Friday came, jumped in the shower, it was hot, jumped in the car, and I was waiting for a call back, and I had the TV in my car, and I fell asleep, and I wake up, and there's a officer knocking on the window. She's knocking on the passenger side, and she's asking me what I'm doing. She's throwing me asleep in the car. I was like, I didn't even know where I was. I thought maybe I drove down the block and passed out or something like that. I didn't even know, because I was discombobulated for a second, so she wanted me to get out of the car. So I get out of the car, and then I realize where I am. I'm in front of the sober house, but it's like woods and stuff like that. So she's like, listen, I just want to put you in handcuffs. I'm gonna check you. I'm gonna make sure everything's alright with you. So she puts one handcuff on, and I'm like, officer, wait a second, hold on a second. Like, you don't gotta do this. Listen, I'm in front of my house. This is my house. I fell asleep in my car. You can see, look, like, the movie's playing on the thing. I fell asleep, but I was parked on the wrong side of the road. So that was sort of like, that was not parked crazy, but when I came home, I just parked on the wrong side of the road. So she was asking me what that was all about. I was sleeping, you know, so she wanted to get the handcuff on, and she's like, listen, I'm gonna tase you. It was nighttime now, it was getting dark. And I ended up just breaking out of it, clicking the other handcuff on my wrist as I'm running away, and she's trying to fire this taser at me. And I'm hitting fences, and they got the helicopters out, and I got all this dope on me, but I ended up throwing it on top of the roof, and I got away, and I had to call my mother, because you know, when you're in that type of situation, you need somebody that's gonna stop everything and come get you. So I had to explain to her where I was, and it's crazy because I was only home for a few months, man. So that was a crazy time. Like, it's just, this is the crazy stuff that drugs will do to a person. And I got that's like nothing, man. I got stories for days with this, man, on how these drugs will ruin your life. Selling drugs, using drugs, it's all the same, you know, especially when you combine the two. Oh my goodness. They say a person that has a good heart can never be a really good drug dealer. Because for one, you're either going to join the crowd, like the sorrow that you feel for people, and when you put yourself in that atmosphere, you're going to start using, because you're like, God, please forgive me. If it's good for them, it's good for me. But somehow, out of that addiction and everything, you will find a way to make money and support yourself. Right? If you're like a true hustler, and that's always what I've been. Like, I've always been able to do that. I've always be able to do that, and I was always good to people, man. Like, still to this day, you know, just little things. Like, we go into a store, like, I'm paying for it. Like, I just have like those habits, you know. It's like I see some people are very cheap, man. It's like they will like go out of their way not to spend $1 on you, and you guys can be friends. It's crazy because you continue to be like that, and they just continue to be not like that. It's just sad, man. It's like people think they're gonna save $1 million by being cheap to their friends. It's like, damn, bro. But I'm pulling up soon, so I just wanted to get this video out. I hope everybody out there is alright, man. And if you're struggling, listen, man, just don't use. Don't use, and pick up a good habit today. And don't think of that you gotta see, like this is the thing. If I'm like, all right, start working out, in your mind you're like, oh my God, it's a long road. Every day I gotta work out. Don't look at life like that. Like, I've stopped looking at life like that. I've had stuff taken away from me so much, like going to prison. All my stuff, my whole apartment's gone. My sneakers, my clothes, my this, my that, little papers that were important to me, like this little stuff, gone. So I had to come home and start new every time, and I get it all back. You know, I get it all back. And what I mean by to say that is, like, don't even stress about nothing, man. Don't stress about little stuff that doesn't really matter, man, because it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Live life one day at a time. Alright? Just for today, make sure that you're okay. Just for today, do something positive, man. Smoke less cigarettes, you know? Start smoking a vape. I know it's not better, but it's kind of better. You know? Do something positive if you can. I mean, that's what I've been doing, and things, you know, they're good. You know, I can't complain. You know, I got some cool stuff going on. I want to show you guys. I got some really cool cars happening. I got some things happening, and you know, by me making this video, you get to know a little bit more about me. So when I start posting these things, you can understand a little bit better. So that's all I got right now. I'm here, so I'll talk to you guys later. I'll talk to you guys later.